Hey my friends, what's up with the Deeprun Tram? Where exactly is it? Does it actually connect Stormwind and Ironforge? Or if not, would it be long enough to reach if it was laid out into the real world? And does it even line up correctly with the cities? And then of course, what's up with the big undersea or aquarium section? That's what we're going to look at here today. So when you zone into the Deeprun Tram, you're moving from Map 0, Eastern Kingdoms, either here in Ironforge or here in Stormwind, to Map 369, Deeprun Tram. And you can see right away, it's blank. Unlike other maps that we've gone to, like Map 36, Dead Mines, or Map 47, RFK. And the reason 369 Deeprun Tram is blank is because there's no terrain. The entire instance exists within its model. All right, so here is the entire model for the Deeprun Tram. See over on this side, we have the Stormwind portion with a piece of the Dwarven district, and this little ring right here is where you would zone in, of course. Two pieces of track. Inside it looks like this. Spin around to the other side. You can see it's so big it almost kind of like renders in and out even in the WoW model viewer program. Here would be the Ironforge side with a little piece of Tinkertown. Again, the ring where we zone in, and all the track. And then of course the center area, that's the aquarium or the undersea area that we'll look at in a second, with the big Loch Ness monster dinosaur swimming in it. Looks like this. And we can snapshot this model and bring it into our Eastern Kingdoms map here. And we'll try to line it up with Ironforge first, but you'll notice right away that Ironforge is largely hidden inside its mountain here in Dune Moreau. But we can actually go grab that model and lay it in here first. All right, so this is the Ironforge model. There's the entryway. Down here, you can actually see a section of Old Ironforge, which is this piece right here from underneath. This would be the Mystic Quarter where you'd port in if you took a mage portal. Over here is the Hall of Explorers. And here is the section with the Deeprun Tram linked to Tinkertown. And in the Ironforge model version, there's only one set of track over here. So the whole model roughly oriented like this. We can snapshot that now. And if we bring it back to the Eastern Kingdoms, move it out of the way, you can see that we're fortunate that the map includes a little bit at the top of the entryway here, which allows us to line up the interior IF model with its spot on the Eastern Kingdoms map like this. Then we bring back in our Deeprun Tram model, and we're again lucky that both Ironforge and the Tram model share this section of Tinkertown, which lets us orient our Tram model and then line them up like this. And finally, if we zoom out, the answer is a resounding heck no. The tram would not reach Stormwind. In fact, it just barely crosses Dun Moreau. And if we zoom out a bit more, you can see we still had a long, long way to go to get down here to Stormwind. But at least the model is pointed in the right direction, as opposed to what we see if we do the same thing with Stormwind. So here's our Stormwind model. And if we zoom out, see the whole thing, spin it around here to the Dwarven district. You can see the start of the Deeprun Tram entrance would be here. And there is a little section of the model that sticks out here. Again, like Ironforge, only one track. And the whole model would look like this. But fortunately, it's already placed since its exterior on the Eastern Kingdoms map, so we can already see the Deeprun Tram piece of Stormwind here. So we again bring up our Deeprun Tram model. You can see the small bit of the Dwarven district on the Tram model that we used to line up with the same piece of Stormwind on the map. And right away, you see that not only do we not reach Ironforge, but the tram is aimed completely the wrong direction. It goes northwest instead of northeast. And of course, that's because in the early days, the tram was planned to go from Stormwind to Darnassus instead of Ironforge. And who knows why they changed it. I'd actually love to hear theories if you had any, but that trip certainly does explain why the middle has this undersea area in the tram. And if you played in the old days, like I know many of you did, this was one of the coolest and most mysterious places you'd run across in the game. And here it is. It only goes as far as the ocean floor section you can see in the model here. It's a bit tougher to show from the water, at least on my private client, because the effects turn the screen very blue. But if you go beyond the borders of the model, you're instantly out into the nothingness of the void. but a very cool area. Of course, the most famous inhabitant would be Nessie the dinosaur. It's actually a raid level, but neutral mob. There are also level 42 or 43 basking sharks. There are friendly Deeprun divers. And there is one level 56 neutral Naga siren. Maybe meant to be like a mermaid or something else, who knows. But a very cool area. For sure, it's also the very center of the tram and is the spot where the two tram cars meet and pass each other on their way to their destination cities. So there you go, the answers to the questions I laid out at the top of this video. Where is the tram? Well, when you zone in, you're moving to a new map, map 369, which has no terrain and is only populated with this big model. And no, this model would not reach from Stormwind to Ironforge. And while it does line up well with Ironforge, when you line it up with Stormwind, you can see that you're actually moving out in the ocean toward Darnassus, which is why the model has this cool undersea area. And that, my friends, is our deep dive into the Deeprun Tram. If you enjoy WoW maps and models and exploration with occasional bit of hardcore gameplay thrown in and want to help me on my final push to 10K subscribers, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.